Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. I'm back. It has been a while since I put out one of these first look videos for NBA, but with the All-Star break, with me not having very much to do in the mornings, I'm starting my stream a little bit later. It's creating the time for me to be able to start doing some of these NBA first look videos again. I am excited to get back to it. I'm not gonna be able to put them out 5 days a week. I should be able to get maybe 3 on a good week, maybe 4 out. I do have some work to do before I usually start my stream at 9:30 or 10 a.m. Pacific time. Would love to see you guys and meet you guys over there. So if you're somebody who's consumed all my videos during football season here on YouTube, right down below in the description, just hit show more. It's got the link to my Twitch stream. I'm usually live every morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, on live for about 3-4 hours a day. Would love to meet you. Come on over there and chill with us live. Other than that, we're going to talk about the comeback slate, the return from the All-Star break. They've got a ton of money on Draftkings. $5 tournament, $500,000 return from break special, $100K to first for only $5, 150 max. If you want to max this one out, if you want to get after it, we're going to take a look at this slate. And I'm going to give you the 3 value plays that I want to go after the most. We do have a supreme value on this slate that we're going to get into a little bit, and why, and some stud players, some really good stud players on the slate with some really big time teams coming out of the break on this slate. Philadelphia and the usage rates that we're going to talk about there. Portland against Brooklyn, Boston and Milwaukee, Houston against the Lakers, big time studs in that game, Sacramento against Golden State, although that game does have some blowout potential. So if you would, please drop a like on this video. If you could subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, and ring that notifications bell. Let's get right into the slate. So all the way up top, we got James Harden. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? The guy's a monster. He is not going to be the same cat that he was back here when everybody was still injured, when his usage rate was through the roof. He's still going to see tremendous usage. He's still going to score the basketball at a ridiculous rate, but it's coming down with some of the guys coming back from injury and then rested off of the All-Star break and everything else that goes along with that. There are a couple of value plays on this team, at least one of them we're going to speak about on this video. James Harden, as high as his price could be on the slate at 10-6. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the second guy, but probable for Thursday's game. He's got a sore knee. I assume he's going to play coming out of the All-Star break, but if he doesn't, it's going to open up other values. If you want to come down from Harden to get to somebody like him who has the same type of triple-double upside, the same double-double upside, the same 30 to 40 point upside that Harden does at 1,000 less, you can come down to Giannis if that's the way that you want to go. LeBron James coming out of the break and against Houston, a pace-up opportunity. LeBron is going to have to do everything if the Lakers want to get back in the hunt. And you know that his ego has got to be bruised. No player can really, that's left in the NBA. Kobe could when he was playing, but no player could be counted on narrative street, right? On storybook alone to produce the way that a player should have to produce. And you look at his numbers after the break last year, when he was with Cleveland, and what he is going to have to do to carry this Lakers squad and turn things around after, you know, the Lakers decided they tried to go after Anthony Davis and try and trade everybody away. Then they were really falling apart chemistry wise. The break could not have come at a better time for this Lakers roster, and LeBron James, the greatest player in the last in his generation, and not even in question there, is going to have to really put this team on his back and carry them towards the playoffs if they are going to make it, and they've got a lot of work to do in that respect. Triple doubles in play almost every night, not as often as somebody like Russ Westbrook. Obviously somebody who's triple double pretty much every night, with Paul George carrying more of the scoring load this year. But LeBron James going to have to put in 36 to 42 minutes and going to have to put in a ton of work against a team like Houston to be able to log a W here, and it's a very important one, as Houston obviously ahead of them in the standings. We've seen a couple of 70-point performances from LeBron. We can also realize that if the Lakers don't put it together and they do get blown out, a 40-point, 35 to 45-point night is in play. So at 10-6, there is risk with LeBron James, maybe a little bit more than, say, Giannis at 200 more. Joel Embiid is out, which means that Boban is going to be the top value of the day. Boban, if he's going to get 20 to 25 minutes on a night, is somebody that I really want to go after. We do have a couple of other players on Philly that we can target, with Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler expected to pick up a little bit more of the scoring load. Somebody like JJ Redick as well. But Boban is just too cheap. Going after him at 3,500, he's priced at 10 to 14 minutes. We talk about this all the time. Minutes equals money, right? So a player is priced at his output for the minutes that he's going to play. And if we look at the at-a-glance page, last 4 games, 13.1 minutes, 15.1 fantasy points per game. He has been, on his career, a greater than a fantasy point a minute player. If he plays 20 to 25 minutes, which is about where he ceilings on most nights when the starting center is out, he's not going to get a 35-minute a game performance. But if he plays 25 minutes, expect 25 to 35 fantasy points, a double-double, more than likely a couple of block shots, rebounds very easy, and very easy putbacks around the bucket for Boban at 3,500. He is just entirely too cheap. He's the plug-and-play for me on this slate. Obviously, we have a couple of other superstars, Kevin Durant, Irving, Curry, Lillard if he plays. D'Angelo Russell's been outstanding. Ben Simmons with accelerated usage percentages with Embiid out, but facing against a tough team against Wings in Miami. Booker, a good scorer, but I don't think that you need him. This looks like a stars and scrubs night with some of the value that's out there. My second value that I wanted to talk about was Eric Gordon, 4,400. Looking at his last few games that he played, 36 minutes, 29 minutes, 32 minutes. We go at a glance. His last 3 games, 27 fantasy points per. It's a very easy value reach here for his salary at 4.4. You know you're going to get his shots. The highest correlation between real life and fantasy is actually scoring the basketball, and that is what Eric Gordon is expected to do by his team on a night in, night out basis. You know that the shots are going to be there. 13, 17, 14, 14. He's going to get his opportunities to score in anything that he can chip in the other hustle categories: rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. You're not going to get much out of him, blocks and steals, let's be honest, right? But if he gets you 5 to 6 rebound plus assists with the amount of scoring that he should be able to contribute at 4.4K, just too cheap here. Can plug him in quite simply and very easily at shooting guard. And then there's somebody else that we kind of have to talk about, and it's Boogie Cousins. Going up against Sacramento, trouble defending the center spot. He's been getting his looks and his minutes have increased. Higher than 25 minutes a game each of the last 3. I'm expecting 27 to 30 minutes from him in this game. At 6.1K, we're looking for 30 to 35 points out of him. And he's gotten to that value point twice in the last 3 games. The one game he didn't was against Miami. Against Utah, very impressive that he got there. Against Phoenix, a little bit less impressive, but who cares? He got there. He can absolutely fill it up. He's on a team that is going to get him shots, as we see. 17 against Utah and 11 against Phoenix. Not going to be the 1, 2, or 3 scoring option on this squad, but doesn't have to be. And he gets just kind of float around in anonymity when he's on the floor, because everybody's worried about Steph. Everybody's worried about Clay, because you can't help off of him. And everybody's worried about Durant, because he's a bad, bad man. So DeMarcus Cousins just kind of gets to float along, get some easy assists, a very good and able passer from the post and the high post. This looks like a double center night to me. So I'm going to plug DeMarcus Cousins into that value spot. Now, going back to the studs, we can very easily go full-on stars and scrubs by just doing this. Harden, Antetokounmpo, Gordon, Boban, DeMarcus Cousins, leaving us with 4,500 per player. If you want to come down off of that and you want to get off of James Harden, because you don't know if he has the ceiling that he had before, the 80 points, 75 to 90 points a night that he was putting up consistently when he was on his streak. Curry in a situation where he might blow them out, but at 2,600 less, that allows you 5,400 per player to fill in the mid-range. Somebody like where did he just go? Harris, with the role that he may fill in if they go a little bit smaller. A really good scorer, has opened things up for Philly and could get well more than his 66, the value threshold that you need for the 6,600 in salary. You're going to have to pay for him. Allows you one more mid-range guy there. But if we're talking about studs that I want to roster on this night, it's going to be Harden. James is going to be in there. It's definitely going to be Steph Curry, DeMarcus Russell, probably Ben Simmons, but for ease of access, I'm going with James Harden. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'll let you guys figure out where to come up with the 120 to 140 points that these two should theoretically put up tomorrow night with the other value plays that we have out there. Eric Gordon, Boban Marjanovic, and DeMarcus Cousins. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you tuning in once again. Let's see how many views we can get on this video to gauge the amount of interest that there is for the second half of NBA season. I've got a couple of how to win videos. I'll post them at the end of this one in just a couple of seconds. How to win on Draftkings, just a basic strategy piece that I put up last year that's done very well in terms of a video that I really think is going to help you become a better player on Draftkings. And if you're using the optimizer and the projections over at Daily Roto, there is a promo code down below in the description as well to get a discount at sign up if you want to sign up for their service. In my opinion, the best projections in the NBA space, and they're constantly doing great work on their optimizer, making it better every single day. If you get their elite package, that gives you access to their optimizer in golf, in NBA, and coming up with MLB season, one of their trademark packages, MLB and NBA being the two that they are most known for over at Daily Roto. So go check them out. Here's the one video right up here. Here's that other NBA video that I was talking about to help you guys get better, and I will catch up to you next time. Bye.